We'll be inviting mothers and fathers to come and answer some questions for us this morning. I would like us to pay attention, be attentive. You're going to learn. I know we know some of these things, and some of us that do not know. This is a learning environment for us. We might not be able to answer all the questions today, but this is just a starting point for us. So we'll be inviting our amazing mothers and fathers, Mr. Folusho Dada, Mrs. Kemi Alakija, Miss Olayinka Olatunji. Please jam your hands together for them. You are welcome, sir. You're welcome, ma. Okay, so like I said, the theme is intentional parenting. I don't know, I'm sure the word from intentional, you should know what we are here to talk about. We're here to talk about intentional parenting. So, you're welcome again. So, Mr. Dada, the question we have for you today, what does intentional parenting looks like in today's fast-paced world? And how can parents stay emotionally present with their children despite our busy schedules?
All right, thank you, madam. It's a long question. I'll try and pick it one by one. There's a place of intentionality in raising kids, in parenting. And it's very important to, do the needful while immediately you start parenting. The needful should be done to ensure that we perfect parenting as it should be. I believe... Okay, your question again, please. I'm a little bit, I rushed down here.
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
It's okay. Okay, I said, what does intentional parenting look like in today's fast-paced world?
Okay.
And how can parents stay emotionally present with their children despite our busy schedules?
Okay, intentional parenting, what I would just say is it's all about being purposeful and setting the right goals, value for the kids, and ensuring that they follow these values promptly by being an example to these children, not just calling them and talking alone, but the way you live, the way you act, and then you now become an example in the whole process. Thank you.
Okay, so for intentional parenting, like he said the purposeful approach. So intentional parenting is a mindful and purposeful approach to raising children. So for some of us that do not know, it means that we are trying to be involved intentionally. So Mrs. Alakija, you're welcome, ma.
Thank you.
Okay. So the question we have for you today is, how can parents be intentional about their children's nutrition and eating habits from an early stage, especially with the rise of processed food and sugary diets?
Fantastic. Well, I would say, you said being intentional is being involved.
Yes.
And for you to be able to do all of that, you have to also carry the children along when you are trying to plan their meals. Because in this time and age, of course, we have sweets, and because we are so busy at all times, we tend to want to, when they ask us things, Mommy, can I have this? We are quick to say, go and have it. Even if you didn't hear what they said, you get it. So it's always good to involve those kids, in planning meals. Make a timetable. Call them. Because it's not those days that you will say, it's Eba, we are eating, and you don't have a choice, you go and eat that Eba. I remember those days we are going to party. You must eat that semo, and I hated semo, and you will, until you finish that semo before you go to that party. But now you won't give them, Mommy, I don't want this, I don't want to. That's how they are, children of nowadays. So you have to consciously, because you are teaching them how to be bold. You are not forcing things on them. You don't force them in this time and age. Those days you don't look at your parents, but now they have to look into your eyes. That's how to make a child, bold and aware of what they are doing, of their environment. So you have to let them sit with you. What would you like to have? And always make sure that it's a balanced meal. it has to have a balanced meal. All of the sick, they all know it, they teach them in school. So let's sit down, children, what do you think? With you, you know what you want as well. And at the same time, you have to make food colorful for children. I remember then, for them to eat eba, I will add a little palm oil if I have whites, you know. And I remember when I go to pick Abraham, they will tell me, we ate yellow rice today. We ate orange rice. Or if he wants to eat father rice, he will say father rice. You understand? And I'll say, which one is mother rice? The white one, right? So, you know, the way you present the food to the children will help them, will encourage them. And children also like to eat where others are, where they have other children amongst them. So when you see that they love to eat when they are in school, try it. Try to give them their own food, or if it's the school meal they like, or maybe they're on special diet. You have to find out from the school what the other mates are eating. So you can also try to work around that and make the child eat.
Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you. I hope that answers it. Okay, Miss Layinka. How do you raise children with strong values in a culture where they are constantly exposed to conflicting messages? You know, at this time and day, we have social media, we have peer group, you know. You are trying to say this is how it should go, and some other persons are saying this is how it should be. So how do we raise children with strong values in a culture where they are constantly exposed to conflicting messages?
Okay. For me, I would say the first thing is, as a family, do you have culture? Do you have family culture? Do you have family, I don't want to say rules and regulation, no. It's a culture. Do you have family values? Do you have things that you do as a family? In our family, we don't tell lies. In our family, we don't do this. And when you are trying to create this, don't just create it and bring it to them. Okay, we have created it. This is what we'll stand by. No. Have a meeting as a family. Father, mother, the children. Okay, as a family, children, what do you think we should stand for as a family? When you have everybody, we curate these family values. And when you are done, okay, so for example, we don't tell lies. When we tell lies, what are we supposed to do for whoever does this? Okay, all of us are agreeing together. So whoever, if it is daddy that does the otherwise, daddy must also face the consequences, right? Because with that, if a daddy does it and goes away with it, you can't tell the child, when the child does it, you can't now say, oh yeah, as a child, we must sanction you for doing this. So family values. Let's have family values. So, and when you go against it, then everybody is, sanctioned together. Then, so I believe that when we have this, when they go out, they know that, and even aside the family, everybody knows what the values are. When they are going to their parents too, even before we get to grandparents, the domestic staff that you have, do they also know these values? Do they know that in our family, we don't do this? So that when you are not at home, they are also upholding it with your children. So let them know it and let them practice it. Now they are going to their grandparents. Mommy, in our family, we don't beg for food. So when they beg you for food, grandma, Emma Fumo. That's to say, grandma, when they beg, in our family, we don't beg for food. So when they beg you for food, I mean, this is the child we're trying to raise. This is our vision for this child. So this is what we're trying to achieve, grandma. So we don't want them to start begging for food. So when they beg you for food, please, don't give them because of this that we're trying to achieve with them. So, so everyone around you have the values. Let everyone around you, let them uphold it. Your staff, when they are going to grandma or they are going anywhere, let them also, just indoctrinate others into that so that any environment outside of yourself that they also uphold. So I think the answer to the question is have a family value system and let everybody stand by it. let them live it, so that when they go outside, they know that in our family we don't do this, and if they go against it, they will be sanctioned. So I think that will help. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Can I
This
just add
actually, oh, you can chip in.
Sorry, yeah. With what she said, I think it can also be tabled and placed somewhere in the house. So when you have people come into your home, they also see what you have as your family value.
This just reminded me of when I was little, and my dad would tell me, if anybody put hand in your food, do not eat it anymore. You know, I'll be hungry, but so far you put hand in my food, I'm not eating it again. So I get what you mean by, And I remember also, when people are trying to like say, oh, let's leave school, they'll be like, that one, no more daddy knew, don't meet her. She's going to give you a story like, my daddy said, So, and there's a Bible verse passage I would also like to add to that, Deuteronomy 6:6-7. It says, and these words that I command you today shall be on your heart. You shall teach them diligently to your children, and shall talk of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise. I remember when we used to go to bed then, after even our family devotion, we were taught to pray by ourselves. They gave us, you have like a pattern of that prayer. Oh God, keep us through this night. Send your holy angels, It's something that we do regularly. So thank you very much for that answer. Please, a round of applause for her. Okay, Mr. Dada, this question goes to you. In what ways can fathers become more involved and present in the daily parenting journey beyond being providers?
All right, beyond being providers, one of the things parents could do is for example, when the children come home from school, you help with the assignments. Yes, you try and help with the assignment. Thank God we have Meta Hi now, just in case there's a question you cannot.
Yes.
You find a way. You find a way around it, and then while you are doing this, and then you also help them with the house chores. You try and teach them how to get it. It's not a matter of go and do this. You can step into the kitchen. You can help show how we wash the plates. Then help show them how you rinse it. Then you put it in the right place. While they are watching, they are observing to learn and to do. So that's one of the ways you can.
So in other words, you're saying it is not the duty of a mother alone to do all this.
No. It's not only the mother. You could help, as a father, you help with the laundry.
With the laundry.
Yes, help. Fold the cloths. While your wife is trying to cook, do
Men,
something.
can you hear that?
And it's not only when your wife is pregnant that you should be so loving.
Yes.
It's not only then that you should be so loving.
Please.
All the way
Clap
around.
your hands together for Mr. Dada.
You make sure you're available. You help with the clothes.
Yes.
You help. Go into the bedroom, help to wash.
Even shower the children.
That's very important. You help. It saves time.
Yes.
While she is in the kitchen, you are there helping with the kids. Most especially if you don't have a house help
Teamwork.
yet. If you don't have a house
Yes.
help, you help with that. Try and dress them up, and everybody is involved.
Thank you very much for that. We appreciate that. Mrs. Alakija, the last question. How do we strike a balance between discipline and freedom in raising children who are both obedient and independent thinkers? We have children now who are very strong-willed. They are independent thinkers. So how do we strike a balance between discipline and freedom in raising children who are both obedient and independent thinkers?
A balance. Okay. In this time and age, I would say it's always good to listen to them. Okay? We shouldn't be judgmental, number one. So the best thing is, even when you have to learn and unlearn. You go about listen to words. There are words that books you can read, and there are words you listen to know more if you don't know anything. The best teacher is the Bible, because there's no parenting book. Pastor will always say that. So the best thing is to take your time, search, look at how it is to discipline, because not everybody knows all these things. We are just first to be parents. We have not been parents in the old age. We are learning into it. So we have to strike a balance, you have to make sure you listen to the child. At the same time, you look at what you yourself can do and how you can come in between, and you also sit the child down. You know, when it's necessary to do that, you sit them down to be able to have a balance, so you don't have a child that is rebellious or something like that. I don't want to take
More like
time.
setting boundaries with love.
Love,
Like
exactly.
you're trying to tell them
Thank
this
you.
is what you should
Just
do, but you're not forcing it that this is how you should do it. This is my way.
exactly.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I hope you've been able to learn one or two from this session. Thank you.